Hello, everybody. I'm Jim JEDsBlog, AM 1230 WJOB in Hammond, Indiana on February 20th of 2014. It's a Thursday and another full day of local radio. Once again, what takes us center stage is the weather. We had blizzard. We had a blizzard on Monday. There's still all sorts of 10-foot high snow mounds sitting around. By last night and this morning, it got up into the 50s, and we have a massive melt going on. We are on a flood watch. We have water. As a matter of fact, if you listen real closely, you can hear all the people going down Indianapolis Boulevard, and they are just going through massive puddles. They're all over the place. You guys did a great job of calling that in. But possibly just as important right now is the massive temperature changes and 67, 68 inches of snow that we've had over the winter, along with immense cold, has created a situation where many of the roads are just basically just ripping apart. A number of you called in with stuff on Klein Avenue and the massive potholes there, the toll road. Somebody called in this morning and said there was big potholes on South Kennedy, on going south into Highland, and right in front of the McDonald's. And within 10 or 15 minutes, the city must have heard, and they were out there patching them. But Steve Fowler with the city tells me that you can put cold patch in there, it's just not holding. The same thing on I-65. Katie was worried about people going from 30 to 65. We had a number of calls about flooding and huge potholes underneath the flood on US 30 between Teebles and rolling on. So it's a dangerous situation right now, and I think what's happening is many of us are just tired of it at this point. It's a malaise that it's hard to understand if you're watching this years on down the line. Just one of the worst winters, if not the worst winter ever, and then all of a sudden we go directly to flooding and roads breaking apart. Then, just so you don't get too excited, in 2 days it's all supposed to freeze again, and we're looking at some wicked weather next week. So good morning, how are you? What else do we have today? Talk about Klein Avenue, the other Klein Avenue, the part that's doesn't work anymore. They had some public meetings about them, and you know what, George called in and he said, you know, why are they having public meetings still about this? Isn't that already a done and signed deal? I don't know the answer to that. Of course, the Klein Avenue extension has been out for a couple of years now. Dave Gladish came in. He's a board-certified attorney. We talked a little bit about prosecutors going, law enforcement officials going after 24 Mexican restaurants in Indiana, La Carreta in Cherville and Maryville, also under the microscope. There are all sorts of charges in that. Gladish and I also talked about excise going after the local bars and how it essentially is illegal for these people to be running Super Bowl pools and so forth. Also, kind of a weird happening. Amidst all of this, we had problems again with our phone lines. It was kind of a weird situation, in that I would be on the phone with one caller talking about an accident or a pothole or whatever it might be, and the producer Ryan was on another line talking to whoever was calling in, and hey, what's your name? What do you want to talk about? All that, and we could hear him talking. So the lines have gotten crossed, and I complained about it on the air. I said it was there is a public safety nature of what we do here at WJOB, especially in terms of weather emergencies, and people have to get the information, and AT&T needed to fix it. They were out within 15 minutes. We didn't even call them. They heard it on the air. There's the truck right now. So, you know what? I rip on AT&T and the aging infrastructure around here, but these guys got out in a hurry, and they fixed our phone lines, and I thank them for that. Also, Frank Mervan came in today with Lisa Banco, Habitat for Humanity. They want to build a house for a veteran. If you know somebody who might fit that, call Lisa, and that number is 219-923-7265. It's raining now. We've got rain all day long. Possible flooding in some areas. Of course, flooded roads and massive potholes. That is not good news, but it's actually what's happening here on Thursday, February 20th of 2014. I'm Jim JEDsBlog, AM 1230 WJOB.